Eritrean government has released a statement addressing Ethiopian Oromos at large, living in different parts of the world. The statement has come after criticism of Isaias Afwerki's speech. Isaias Afwerki, in his speech, used a term which Oromos saw as a controversial and wrong use of that term. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Good to be with you. Two main news stories in this video. First one is about a response from Eritrean government to Oromos. Second news story is about TPLF, Tigray People Liberation Front, has issued a statement about Western Tigray, about Humera, Welkait, Sagede, the territory contested by both Tigray and Amhara regions. Let's start with this news story, which is about TPLF. TPLF is definitely not on good terms with the Ethiopian federal government, and the statements these days from TPLF are critical of the government of Ethiopia led by the Prime Minister Abiy. TPLF accuses the federal government of obstructing the implementation of Pretoria deal. At the same time, it says it is committed to deal. It wants peace. It wants the deal to be implemented. This statement by the TPLF is again full of criticism of the Ethiopian federal government. Firstly, the party says that Ethiopian federal government is arming groups in Western Tigray, in Humera Welkait Sagede. Yes, Takeze guards, a militia is being prepared. It is being trained rather in the disputed territory. It is led by Colonel Demek Zadu, who is head of security there. Since federal forces are also deployed in Welkait Sagede, that is why we can safely say that federal government is backing the formation of this militia, which has been formed with one task: to protect Takeze, to stop TPLF Tigray fighters from crossing Takeze into Welkait, into Salamti. So yes, federal government is on board. Secondly, Tigray People Liberation Front says that Tigrayans are returning from Humera Welkait Sagede, from Salamti. Those who returned to their homes recently, they're being forced to come back. They're being forced to return to their IDP camps in Shiraro. Why? Because these people are not being allowed to settle. New IDPs are also coming from Humera Welkait Sagede into Shiraro. 250 to 300 people, around 300 people are entering Shiraro every month, TPLF says. Lastly, return of IDPs is being obstructed by the federal government. This is what TPLF says. So, the issue of IDPs is a key issue. We heard that Varade wants the return of IDPs before the start of winter season. So far, no progress has been made because the IDPs will return to disputed territory between Tigray and Amhara, that is Humera Welkait Sagede. TDF members are also from there. Will they be allowed to return? So there are issues, and there is no clear decision about the status of this territory as well. That is why the IDPs are suffering. TPLF, yes, wants IDPs to return. At the same time, it wants to put pressure upon the federal government by raising the issue of IDPs, but basically it wants restoration of its status. Main problem, main demand of TPLF is restoration of its status. Once its status is restored, then the other issues can also be solved. Issues like return, like control of Umera Welkait, Sag, they like IDP's return. But so far, no confirmation about any dialogue between the federal government and TPLF. If there is no dialogue, it means that no progress being made towards finding a solution to such thorny issues. Secondly, Eritrea today tried to uh, address the concerns of Ethiopian Oromo community. The 22nd of May, Isaias Afwerki, Eritrean president, delivered a speech on Eritrean Independence Day. And he used a term, Oromama, in a very controversial manner. He called Oromama CXS and Govt, River Nile, Dam as agendas of the federal government, which are destabilizing Ethiopia, destabilizing the Horn of Africa. We saw response from Oromo community. Jawar Muhammad responded to it, saying that Oromama is a political, it's an identity, not a political ideology. Other Oromo politicians also issued statements. 85 Oromo scholars wrote a letter to Eritrean president. It was written on the 5th of June, 2025. It was published. Today, Eritrean government responded to that letter. I did a video on that letter, if you remember. The Ministry of Information of Eritrea says that instead of writing this letter, which is full of inaccuracies, the Oromo scholars should have engaged Eritrean counterparts. Bold, frank, candid discussions should be held. And Mr. Today invited Oromo scholars, that they can have a candid discussion with Eritrean counterparts. 4 points are mentioned in the statement issued by Eritrean government today. Firstly, Eritrea says it respects Oromos and their culture. Secondly, Eritrea has a history of partnership with Oromos spanning half a century, when Oromos fought for their fundamental rights. Yes, Eritrea supported Oromo opposition groups during EPRDF rule. OLF remained based in Eritrea. Thirdly, Eritrea says that that the use of the term Oromama, the term is being used Oromama in a manner by some groups which is troubling. Lastly, Eritrean government says that drums of wars are being beaten by the other side, not by Eritrea. And this other side wants to annex Eritrean sovereign territories. So this statement is a bit of clarification. It's not apology, but it's a clarification. That if Oromoma means the identity of Oromos, Eritrea respects it. Eritrea only, it's only against the wrong use of this term by some quarters. It was coming. I told you that Eritrean government will have to issue a clarification, because this wrong or this use of Oromoma term by Eritrean president is actually uniting Oromos. Oromos in opposition, Oromos in government, they're actually uniting. Now they're seeing Eritrea as a threat. And the speech, the remarks by Eritrean president about Oromoma are being used by Ethiopian government, Ethiopian PM, to rally the support of Oromos. So this clarification was coming, it was expected. Will Oromos of Ethiopia, Oromos living in the world, be satisfied with this explanation or not? That remains to be seen. But Eritrea wants to have good ties with Oromo groups. And if there is any push from the north towards Addis Ababa, backed by Eritrea, the role of Oromos will be crucial. Thanks for watching.